Hi, welcome to Learn C Sharp for Unity. This is going to be a new series on the channel. In this video, we're going to look at why we are programming and why we are going to be creating these things inside Unity called scripts or classes. Now, what is a class? A class is basically a blueprint. And by blueprint, I mean they contain data, they contain information about a particular thing, and they also contain what we do with that data. So it's sort of like a blueprint, but it's also like an instructions manual of that same blueprint. Okay, so we look into classes in a later video, but for now, think of classes as code that defines data, and it also contains code that defines what we do with that data. Okay, let's create one right away. How do we create it? Most of you already know this. We go to the project window, we right click, create C sharp script. C sharp script. So C sharp is the language in which we are programming. And script, what does a script mean? Don't worry guys, script is essentially just a file, all right? And we have created a script and we can call it, I don't know, player. If we double click on it, we can open it inside an IDE. So right now I'm using Visual Studio Community. If you don't know how to set up Visual Studio with Unity, I have a video on it on the top right. Now, what is this? What? We are presented with a bunch of text. So this entire thing is essentially a starting template that Unity has created for us. And we will start coding from here. So anytime you create a script, this is what you are presented with. Now, we're not going to get into any of these things, all right? We're going to talk about why we are programming and why we are creating classes. First up, the reason why we're programming is for communication. So we're essentially giving a set of commands for the computer to follow so that our simulation or our game does not break. All right. We are creating a certain intelligence that defines a set of rules for our game and completely makes sure that whatever we're doing abides these rules. All right. Now, if that's too complicated for you, just think of programming as communicating. So we are telling the computer, hey, follow these set of rules. I want you to follow them so that our game would work properly. That is essentially what programming means. The essence of programming is basically communicating with a machine. We're telling it what to do. That's it. It's a set of commands. So, why are we bothered about creating a bunch of classes? Why not just create one single class and, do our coding here? Why should I even bother doing all of this hard work? First of all, it's not hard work. This is going to save your time a lot in the long run. And I'm talking from my experience. But if you are starting out, you don't necessarily have to follow these rules. It's just something that would be beneficial once you understand this. And I want you to learn it this way. So, classes are created so that each class has a definite purpose. All right, purpose. That is the most important thing that I want you to take away from this video. So any class that you're going to make from here on should have a single purpose. All right. So let me give you an example. Let's actually create a C sharp script. Let's call this movement. If you open it up, you can see that it created a same template, but it's a class called movement. But movement is something general. It's not as distinct as a player. There's only going to be one player in the game, but there can be a lot of items that can move. I hope that makes sense. So if all of a movement code is inside player, if it everything is inside the script, it means that the player can definitely move. But if we created another class like this, which is unique for movement, anything in our game can then use or utilize this class called movement and then move. Let me just simply write it down like here. Let me go inside this curly brackets. So anything inside these curly brackets after we created our class is the body of the class. So our class will start from this curly bracket and it will end till this curly bracket. So let me write movement. You can see that it is not showing an error here. It is showing an error here. Let's call it movement script and we'll end this with a semicolon for now. Let's not look at what these are. You can see that this player class can now utilize this movement class and then do stuff, which means now the player can move. Let us create another script, let's say enemy. Now enemy can also utilize this movement class. The enemy can also have functionality to move. So this makes sense. So we are generalizing things. We are reusing classes. You can see that this class has two references. We are using it inside player and then enemy. We don't have to worry about what these are right now. So essentially, we are creating classes so that it has a purpose. So the purpose of this class called movement is that any class that uses this particular class can move. So we can have a box which uses this movement class and it can move. We can have a player which uses this movement class to move. Let's say we created a jumping class and then the player can utilize that jumping class and then jump. But the enemy does not have to have a jumping class because the enemies cannot jump. So like I said, we are programming so that we are creating a set of rules. And the advantage of using classes is that these set of rules can easily be defined and it can easily be reused. So we just need to write the movement code once here and then we can reuse it across all our game objects that we create inside Unity. I hope that makes sense. And that is essentially why we are programming things like this. So we'll look at what are classes in another video, but let's just focus on why we are creating classes. We are creating classes for a definite purpose. Each class, ethically speaking, should only have one single purpose. Alright? That is the way that I want you to think from here on. So this is the role that we're going to create for ourselves. We're going to create a lot of classes. That's how we're going to learn. Alright, see you in the next one.